My experience with the Christian faith, with my relationship with God and giving into Him completely, started 20 years ago, almost exactly. And I learned right away that to be a Christian was going to require a lot of sacrifice. I've had to give up friends, not on purpose, but because of my faith, I became unattractive to some degree to some of my friends. I've also had to sacrifice a little bit when it comes to career and I guess professions, because you want to honor God with what you do. And that doesn't mean that you can't do anything you want to do necessarily, but it does mean that you involve God in the decision. Probably what is the biggest sacrifice I've ever had to endure was right when I became a Christian. I would say it was the summer of '92. That entire summer was a process of me accepting Christ, and it culminated in my baptism at a week of camp. I came home from that week of camp, and immediately I was disconnected from my parents. There was a lot of tension. There was a lot of strife. I started making decisions, and I didn't even look like myself. I think I surprised my parents a lot. It was very difficult, and although I felt at times that everything was kind of the same, I knew that it wasn't. I knew that my parents didn't know how to handle me. They didn't know what to do with me. And at times we would have arguments and discussions about church and about my new friends and about all these new decisions I was making. None of them were bad. They just didn't know how to take that. And I didn't seem to be following in the footsteps that they had for me. They had a plan for me too, and I all of a sudden wasn't following it. For about 10 years, I felt a strong disconnection between my parents and me, especially my mother. And one day, we had a really, really good conversation about God and about church and about life. And she had just made a decision that she was going to be okay with that. It took her 10 years to come around to that, to being back, to being my mom. So that was a really difficult 10-year span, to be so disconnected from my family. To be a Christian, it takes this just wholehearted commitment, because what I went through, that's not even the toughest thing that a Christian could go through. There are Christians who have even bigger stories than me, who have to sacrifice more to become a follower. I know it's not easy, but I would encourage anyone that's out there sitting on the fence or that's discouraged by being a Christian and being disconnected from other people, that it's okay, that God's there. He understands that disconnection. He feels it too. And He longs for everybody to be united again. He is working in your life just like He worked in mine. And although it may take time, you will see blessing from the persistence and the perseverance. It's not easy being a follower. It would be much easier if you just wanted to be a fan. I'm Jeph Hurst, and I'm not a fan.